Good morning, and things may stay relatively quiet here today. Court not in session. This after the defense wrapped up just yesterday after a course of about 2 days, calling about 7 witnesses. An important note, Derek Chauvin deciding not to testify yesterday. Of course, he is facing several charges in the death of George Floyd from last May. Defense attorney Eric Nelson calling in current and former police officers, a use of force expert, and a former medical examiner to try and prove that Chauvin's force in that video that we all saw was in fact reasonable. The prosecution, in the meantime, rested on Tuesday after 11 days and 38 witnesses trying to prove that Floyd died because Chauvin had his knee on his neck for more than 9 minutes. Now, as for Chauvin, he only spoke yesterday when his attorney asked him about testifying.
I have advised you, and we have gone back and forth on the matter, would be kind of an understatement, right?
Yes, it is.
But after a lengthy meeting last night, we had some further discussion, agreed?
Correct.
And have you made a decision today whether you intend to testify or whether you intend to invoke your Fifth Amendment privilege?
I will invoke my Fifth Amendment privilege today.
Again, closing arguments happening on Monday when the jury gets this case. Of course, they will be sequestered. The judge saying it's up to them on how long deliberations might last. Plan for long, hope for short. In the meantime, though, the attorneys and the judge in this case is finalizing instructions for the jury to help them reach a fair verdict, and the community and people involved, of course, anxiously awaiting for what might happen here in the days to come. Back to you.
A lot of anxiousness indeed. Thanks a lot, Jennifer.